Hello and welcome to Digi8.com. In this video, we are going to cover the topic on Theory X and Theory Y. Now let's start with what is Theory X and Theory Y. Theory X and Theory Y are used to understand better what encourages people to work and how can they be supervised better. Theory X deals with a system of negative and positive incentives, increased management, etc. On the other hand, Theory Y deals with things like what makes employees happy with their work and how that can be used to encourage them. It tries to see how they can be motivated without handholding. Usually, a combination of the two methods is used. Executives decide how they can be employed to encourage workers and raise their efficiency. Moving on to background of Theory X and Theory Y. These theories were first proposed by Douglas McGregor, a professor at MIT Sloan School of Management. It was proposed first in the 50s and then developed over the next decade. The theories outline two different approaches executives can use to encourage their employees and boost production. In addition, they can be used for dealing with human resources, supervising organizational behavior, communication within the organization, and developing the organization. McGregor took a lot of inspiration from Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory. At the same time, motivation theory also influenced him. Now let's look at Theory X briefly. Theory X believes that usually employees only think about themselves. They are usually not as bright. It believes employees tend to slack more. They do not want to take up tasks. They are not too ambitious and only want an income that can help them survive. If these assumptions are made, then it becomes logical to encourage workers proactively. This can be done in one of the two ways, penalizing them or rewarding them. McGregor calls these the hard approach and the soft approach. The hard approach relies on pushing the workers, closely monitoring them, penalizing them swiftly, and at times intimidating them if needed. In the soft approach, the environment is more relaxed. The aim is to keep the workers happy and motivated. As a result, they are likely to help out as well. Well, Theory X finally works well for labor-intensive physical jobs. In these fields, workers can gain many skills in specific departments. This can in turn significantly increase firms' output capacity and quality. Example, for assembly line workers. Now let's look at Theory Y briefly. Theory Y also rests on assumptions. Theory sees employees as most significant facet of the company. It assumes that they are the ones actually behind the company's success or failure. Theory Y says that employees chase their improvement. They actually like coming to work and are self-motivated. They are not driven only by short-term rewards. As a result, they do not have to go through the strict supervision of Theory X. They are responsible for their own actions. Workers are free to publish, design, and build up on their work by themselves. In addition, they can align their deadlines with the larger project at hand. Under this approach, the manager-employee bonds tend to be good. The approvals ensure that the work is productive and efficient. Well, Theory Y does have some drawbacks. The work produced might not be uniformly good or inconsistent. The quality of output can drop without the enforcement of regulations. Employees might also violate company rules. However, it has its benefits as well. It encourages innovation. There is more individualism in the workplace. Decisions are taken after employees have been spoken to. Moving on to Theory Z. McGregor drew his Theory X and Y from Abraham Maslow, the humanistic psychologist. Later, Maslow himself proposed an alternative Theory Z for motivating workers. It assumed that there are things beyond what Theory X and Y cover that encourages people. These can be deeper insights, the search for meaning, higher creativity, and higher moral character. A good manager should encourage all of these. And finally, to conclude, assumptions of Theory X. People do not like to take on responsibilities or do work. They lack ambition and want to play safe. They like being told what to do, so they will slack off whenever they can. So they need supervision. They have to be guided, intimidated, and managed. The possibility of being penalized is what pushes them. Managers have to constantly tell workers what needs to be done. They have to assume authority. They do not trust the workers and thus keep guiding them. Assumptions of Theory Y. People are self-motivated if the situation is correct. People like to take on more responsibilities. If they have faith in the firm's ambitions, then they will pursue them. They have the discipline to control themselves and are innovative. Positive rewards can help boost performance. Employees will try to come up with solutions proactively. They will be dedicated to the firm's goals. So that's it, folks. This brings an end to the topic on Theory X and Y. These are a list of sources and links referred to for the content in the video. Thank you and see you in the next video.